Okay, we're doing international trade today. If you want to have fun, Google where are my Nike shoes made, my Costco socks, my Levi jeans, my Cole belts, my Mazda car, my kettle corn, popcorn. You just start going down the list and you'll be amazed how much of it's, more of it's made abroad. iPod from Apple, etc. We have more imports by far than exports, but that's because we are 1/25th of the world's population and we consume a quarter of its goods. We need more than most. Imports being goods coming in, exports being goods going out. Now, that is in part because of these things, tariffs, which is tax on imports, means that's one way to control it. We could increase the manufacturing of goods like iPods in the United States if we tax them higher coming in. But we don't want to do that because we want to get cheaper products. Another thing we do is we do have quotas, meaning limiting products coming from foreign countries. We have embargoes. We've done this more recently on what we do now on Iranian oil. We have refused to buy it. Subsidies is government helping producers. Wheat, for example, in the Midwest, we help lower the price so that our farmers can produce it, continue to produce it. We even, in fact, sometimes have farmers just not grow at all. And then, of course, we have standards. We have much less pollutants in our trucks, for example, than in Mexico. So Mexican, trucks coming in are going to have more pollutants bringing our products into the United States, which is why they're going to have to dump them off, put them in American trucks, or have better standards. We have very high safety standards, and if countries want to trade with us, they have to continue that. So, for example, you have some pictures or quotes here. Restricts the number of cars. What is that? That would be a quota. Country B provides money to some companies so they can produce products at a lower price. That would be a subsidy. So I want you to stop this, look at it, try to answer the ones on this screen, and then the one on the next screen. Okay, and then when you're done with that, you go into this screen, which answers why you might have these things, such, and you can read. If we're going to put a tariff, on a product, we're going to increase the price of it coming from abroad, which means we can help what you might remember from colonial American history, infant industries grow, so that we can improve the efficiency of the product development to get to the point where we're cheaper than the foreign producer. It's going to bring extra tax money for the U.S. government. The negative of tariffs, of course, is that it means the price, and I think I have it here, goes up because it's artificially increasing the prices so that the United States would have less need to compete, whereas if you take the taxes out, the import tax, then it's going to decrease the price overall, and people are going to go for the cheaper price. But of course, that would hurt American jobs. That would lead to less tax coming in. So you have to make some choice, and the choices are not easy. We have one thing left here, and that is absolute and comparative advantage. When we're done, if you don't quite get it, I'm going to have this video underneath the video you're watching, and it's only 6 or 7 minutes, and it goes through much more detail between these two countries, you can see there. But in our case, absolute advantage refers to the fact that if you're looking at two countries, one country produces a product much more cheaply than another one. When you look at the labor costs, the manufacturing, the technology, etc. Comparative advantage means even though one country may produce both products more cheaply, you're looking at the opportunity cost in producing one product that you're giving up from not producing another, because you do have a maximum amount of products you can make. And so one country can only, in comparing with another, only two products, can only have a comparative advantage in one product. Again, opportunity cost is the comparative advantage. But that's a little hard to understand, so let's look at an example. Country A for a DVD only costs 3 hours as opposed to 16 hours of labor. That means it's a lot cheaper to make a DVD in country A. It has the absolute advantage. Likewise, it only has 6 hours to produce a TV in country A and 8 in country B. That means country A also has a comparative advantage in TVs. But let's look at comparative advantage. Remember, in comparative advantage, it's the opportunity cost. What are you giving up to produce something else? And a country can only have a comparative advantage in one product when you're comparing two. So, let's look at DVDs. In producing a DVD, you're only giving up half a TV in country A. In producing a DVD, you're giving up 2 TVs because it takes 16 hours and it can produce 2 TVs in that time. So that means country A has a comparative advantage for DVDs. So you expect the opposite for TVs. Well, let's look at it. If you're producing a TV in country A, you're giving up 2 DVDs. If you're producing a TV in country B, you're giving up half a DVD. So that means now country B has a comparative advantage in TVs over country A. Again, I've just been looking at country A has a comparative advantage in DVDs, country B has a comparative advantage in TVs, but country A has the absolute advantage in both. And finally, again, if you don't quite get this, and it is important, please look at the video underneath this one I just am finishing. Hope this was helpful.